Hi there. So in this video, I'm going to explain how to manage your clusters using Clumap's action buttons, right? So we have action buttons that allows you to manage your clusters. You can delete clusters, you can merge clusters, you can run SERP similarities, right? You can compare clusters, you can find similar clusters, right? So first off, uh, for you to analyze clusters in a category, right? You can use the category drop down over here. As you can see, we have grouped the clusters in categories, right? So what this means is that once you select a cluster category, I mean to say, all the clusters in that category is what you are going to be working on. For example, let's work on best search engine optimization agency, for example, right? So once you click this category now, all the clusters that are in this particular category will be shown. So let's say I don't want to talk about best SEO agencies, right? Or I don't have any interest in this particular cluster category. I can click on select all visible, right? Which means I've selected all the clusters in this category, right? I might click here to delete all the clusters, right? In one go, right? So once I click delete, the workflow is going to start and it is going to start deleting all the clusters. So as you can see, 5 clusters has been deleted. So this particular cluster category is now empty, right? So that's how to do bulk analysis per category, right? But let's say I want to compare clusters to, to see how uh, they share similar results or share similar uh, ranking URLs. So once you select more than one clusters, you can click on this compare button over here. So we are comparing all the clusters, right? As you can see, these 3 clusters, they are unique. They are not sharing any similar URLs, right? So let me see if I can find other cluster categories, right? So I want to compare these 3 clusters. As you can see, this one shares 2 similar URLs, right? They share 2 similar URLs, right? But let me say they share 3 URLs. You might click this button over here to merge the clusters, right? Suppose they are quite similar in terms of intent, right? So, but let's say you want to delete clusters, right? Individually, you can click this button over here to delete this particular cluster, right? So that's how to go about these cluster action buttons, right? That helps you manage your clusters effectively, right? If you want to, let me say these clusters, I want to tag them about tracking tools. For example, I can click this, I can select these clusters over here and click on tag, right? I can manually enter a tag over here and click on enter. I can select predefined tags and apply tags. So all these tags I'm applying now will be applied to all these clusters. So when you export them, you can use the tags to filter out your clusters, right? Using the tags you have assigned to them. But let me say I want to find similar clusters. Once you click on this button, we are going to show you if there are similar clusters using embedding similarities, right? So that's basically how to go about cluster management, right? So if you want to sort by search volume, you can click over here. So the results are sorted by clusters with highest search volume. If you want to sort by cluster that has highest number of keywords, you can click here as well, right? So that's basically how to go about managing your clusters. So let's say you want to run step similarities on a certain number of clusters, right? Once you select them and click on step similarity, the tool is going to search all these keywords on Google using the default project location and language you set when creating this project. So once done, it will show you how they share similar search results, similar URLs, right? As you can see, none of them share overlaps, which means they are quite unique clusters, right? But let's say they are overlapping clusters. You might click here, right? And the merge button is going to show up. You can click here to merge these 2 clusters. That's basically how to use the delete and merge features in Clumap.